everybody, Kite562 here with another audio review for y'all, and it's The Town That Dreaded Sundown from 1976. Now, this is going to be a book-adjacent topic audio review, again, of The Town That Dreaded Sundown, so sit back and relax and listen to what I have to say as I share with you the horrors of this film that's apparently based on a true story. So be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content on this channel. I'm your host, Kite562 of Kite562 Books and Manga Reviews, and I hope you all enjoyed the video of what I have to say about The Town That Dreaded Sundown. The Town That Dreaded Sundown isn't your typical horror film. It's a reenactment of a real-life nightmare based on the unsolved Moonlight Murders of 1946. It shows us a town stalked by a phantom figure, a killer without a motive, without a face, and without mercy. And all these years later, that fear still hangs over the town like a heavy fog. Right from the start, the film sets an uneasy tone. It reminded me a bit of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974, but this is more restrained. It's less about madness and more about method, and that might be even more terrifying. The Phantom targets young couples first, alone, isolated, parked in the dark. The first victims we meet are Jimmy Hollis and Mary Jean Larry. They survive barely. Jimmy is beaten senseless. Mary Jean is assaulted and left crawling to find help. It's brutal, not just in action, but in the way it lingers afterward. It tells us this isn't random, this is planned. Then comes Sam and Emma, a couple caught in another quiet moment. Sam is shot inside the car, dying instantly. Emma, wearing that now unforgettable white dress, is tied to a tree. The Phantom, with grotesque creativity, uses a trombone rigged with a blade, a stick, a surreal twist. With every movement of the slide, the blade stabs her, a musical instrument turned into a murder weapon. It is also absurd, it becomes nightmarish. Even when you watch the film, though, I might add here, is that there's no background music to when this scene plays out. It just cuts to silent, and all you can hear are this woman's groans of pain, which made the scene all the more daunting. So continuing on, Betty Jo Booker and Paul Martin are next. She's a teenage saxophone player. He's just picking her up after a performance. They're both found murdered, left discarded in separate locations. There's no clear reason why. It's just senseless, like everything else. But then the Phantom breaks his own pattern. We're brought into the home of Virgil and Katie Starks, an older, quiet couple. Virgil is relaxing in his chair when the Phantom shoots him through a window without warning. His wife, Katie, wearing a pink nightgown, turns to his aid, only to be shot herself. Bleeding and in shock, she somehow manages to escape the house, even as the Phantom breaks through the screen door. Finish the job. It's the turning point. The killer is no longer stalking the woods. He's entering homes. The message becomes terrifyingly clear. No place is safe. There's also a strange side plot. A man from New Orleans steals a car and falsely claims to be the Phantom. Whether it was a cry for attention or a bizarre coincidence, it highlights the desperation of the investigators grasping at anything while the real killer fades back into the shadows. I'll be honest, this film was challenging to follow at times. Victims blurred together, names are easy to lose track of, and I had to pause and go back more than once. But maybe that was intentional. Maybe the film wanted us to feel overwhelmed, just like the town did back then in 1946. However, what's even more unsettling or surprising is that I wonder if the team behind Friday the 13th Part 2 and Halloween 1978 by John Carpenter were inspired by the Phantom in some way. Conscious or not, Halloween came out 2 years after this film, then there's an 11-year gap between The Town That Dreaded Sundown and Friday the 13th Part 2. So, what makes The Town That Dreaded Sundown so unsettling isn't just the murders, it's the lack of reason behind them. No tragic backstory, no manifesto, no revenge. Just a man in a mask striking on a whim. And sometimes that's the scariest kind of evil, the kind that doesn't care why. I still don't know how much of the film was dramatized for shock value and how much sticks close to the truth. Maybe it was made to ride the coattails of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or maybe it was meant to give the voice to a case gone cold. Either way, it feels like something that needed to be told. I give The Town That Dreaded Sundown a 7.8 out of 10. Not because it's polished, but because it's honest in its horror. A reminder that sometimes evil doesn't knock, it just walks in.